And we are live, guys. What is going on? Welcome to my review for last night's edition of Monday Night Raw. We're going to take a look and break down everything from the April 23rd, 2018 edition of Monday Night Raw, which I have to say, coming off the heels of WrestleMania and the Superstar Shakeup, and now that we know what pieces are going to be in place with the Greatest Royal Rumble event coming up and Backlash in 2 weeks, there's a lot coming up. So how did this Raw do? Overall, I thought last night's Raw was okay. Wasn't good. Wasn't great. Wasn't bad. I had some good stuff on there that I liked. But for the most part, I thought it was average. There's nothing wrong with that, But to me, there was nothing that really stood out for me to say, oh, you got to watch this episode of Raw. You really got to watch it. It's so great. Didn't really do that for me. So, yeah, let's just get right into the review. Shouldn't last too long because, like I said, this was a by-the-numbers show. It happened. I watched it. I enjoyed some stuff on it, but like I said. So we kick things off here with the entire Raw roster on the stage with a 10-bell salute and a beautiful tribute package for the living legend, Bruno Sammartino, from my hometown of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, arguably next to Kurt Angle, the greatest wrestler to ever come from Pittsburgh, one of the biggest superstars of all time in WWE history. Sold out Madison Square Garden 188 times. Bruno lived one hell of a life, 82 years on this earth. Watched the documentary on the network today. And it had me in tears towards the end of just what an incredible life he lived and what a down-to-earth, nice guy that Bruno Sammartino was. Big loss to lose him. His funeral was this past Monday in Ross Township. Some notables included Vince and Stephanie, who attended the funeral. So that was nice to see. So this was a tremendous tribute package, and to me, it was easily the best thing on the show. Nothing could top this, and I'm glad we got the 10-bell tribute to somebody that certainly deserved it. And we'll miss you, Bruno, but we will certainly never forget you. And then we get into the show. We have the Universal Champion Brock Lesnar, Paul Heyman on this show. And at this point, I'm just like, I am so over Lesnar as Universal Champion. I am. I'm done with it. Let's get this shit over with. Let's put the title on Reigns and move on. Okay, let's quit dragging our feet with this. Heyman comes out, he brags, he boasts, and then Reigns comes out and they have a stare-off. And to me, I just really couldn't give two craps about this. I'm sorry. I'm just like, can we please get this over with? Roman goes, I'm going to beat you at the Greatest Royal Rumble in the steel cage match. Which still begs the question of why both losers at WrestleMania, Nakamura and Roman Reigns, get rematches, even though they lost. Somebody explain that to me. That still does not make any sense. But whatever, it is what it is. I could honestly care less about this opening because my interest in Brock Lesnar, I'm fine with him on the show. I don't have a problem with him as long as he is not the Universal Champion. That's different. I want a full-time champ. So the sooner they get that title off of him, the better. We move on here to a decent match here between Bobby Roode and Elias, who surprisingly rolled up Bobby Roode, I should say, for the win. I really didn't see that happening. Bobby Roode's first match here on Raw, and he loses. Does that mean he will be turning heel soon? I certainly hope so, because as I keep saying, a heel Bobby Roode is the best type of Bobby Roode. Him as a babyface just doesn't cut it for me. But I was happy to see Elias pick up the win, so I don't really have too much else to say about this. We have Woken Matt Hardy, yes, and Bray Wyatt deleting the Ascension. Hardy and Wyatt hit a wonderful, a delightful twist of fate for the win. Yes, they are Woken Warriors. I love this team of Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy. They are easily becoming one of my favorite teams, not just on Raw, but in WWE as a whole. And we'll see well, I think it's fairly obvious they're going to win the Raw Tag Team Championships. It would make no sense for the Bar, who got drafted to SmackDown, to win them. So at the Greatest Royal Rumble, it would be wonderful to finally see Matt and Bray as champions of tag teams, as they would say. Yes, wonderful. We had the first ever Sammy and Kevin show. They welcomed us to the crowd. And blah, blah, blah. They talked about coming over to SmackDown, saying one of them was going to win the Greatest Royal Rumble. And then they bring out Kurt Angle as their guest. They have him sit in a dilapidated lawn chair. That was kind of funny. They rip on Kurt, and eventually this leads to Angle booking Owens and Zayn in a tag match against Bobby Lashley and Braun Strowman, and that was easily the best match on this show. But like I said, that doesn't really say much because I didn't really think this show was all that much good. Like I said, it had its moments, but to me it was kind of hit and miss. What I did like was throughout the night, Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel were trying to pitch themselves for recreating a new group with Rollins. You know, they could be the new Shield. They also tried to form I forget what they called it, the Baxel Club or something, and Finn Balor blew them off. So I don't know if you guys noticed on Twitter, some conversations between Bo Dallas, Curtis Axel, and Bray Wyatt. There was some tweeting going on between them. Perhaps they could join Matt Hardy's Woken Warriors. That would be awesome. Throw them in the lake of reincarnation, and I think that could make for some fun TV. Matt continuing to build an army, a Woken army. Yes. So we'll see where that goes. But Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre beat Titus Worldwide in relatively quick fashion. After the match, I thought McIntyre and Ziggler here actually cut a pretty good promo. And I thought Drew was really spot on here. Love the fire, love the intensity. He just doesn't give a shit. He's putting everybody on notice. I think, and as I said last night on Twitter, I think he has main event level potential. I honestly believe that. And I like this pairing with him and Ziggler. I really do. I think they could go for a run with the tag team champions. As the tag team champions. So we'll see how far they go. Drew McIntyre, Dolph Ziggler. Eventually, I think I could see McIntyre turning on Ziggler, and then that's the way you kind of reintroduce him on the main roster. Potentially, I think a feud between him and Roman Reigns would be really good stuff. Make for some really good TV. So we'll see how far they go. But dominant win here and nice promo afterwards. We had Chad Gable versus Jinder Mahal. Actually, a decent match with Jinder Mahal. I think that had more to do with Chad Gable being in here. And I was surprised to see Chad Gable get the win. He came off the ropes and pinned Jinder Mahal. Chad Gable with the surprise win here over Jinder Mahal. I read rumor. I don't know if this is true or not. Take that for what it's worth. Put a little asterisk next against it. Potentially reuniting American Alpha, which I would be all for. You got Jason Jordan, Chad Gable. I was not in favor of breaking them up. I thought it was way too early, way too soon. There was so much that you could get out of them, whether as heels or baby faces. They're just a great team. Raw's in need of tag teams, so if you want to reunite them, that is great by me. Or if you want to do a singles run with Chad Gable, I think he would thrive here on Raw. So we'll see. But not bad. And then we had Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus Bobby Lashley and Braun Strowman. Lashley did a majority of this match. He's working over, fighting off Zayn, fighting off Owens. Eventually, when he finally gets that hot tag into Strowman, the crowd goes nuts. They were completely into Braun, and how can you not be? He is easily the most over guy on this show, probably next to Rousey. He just obliterates, clotheslines Sami Zayn. He runs over Kevin Owens twice. He gets back in the ring. And then Sami Zayn tries to escape up the ramp. Lashley chases him down, throws him back in the ring. Strowman hits tag on Lashley, who hits a delay vertical suplex. Lashley tags Strowman back in, hits the running power slam on Zayn for the win. Not sure if we'll see a program between Bobby Lashley and Braun Strowman. It'll be interesting to see what direction they go in here with Strowman, but hopefully they have big plans for him heading into the summer. We had No Way Jose versus Baron Corbin. Supposed to be Corbin ran down Jose, and then he attacked him from behind. Don't really have anything else to say about that. We had a bullying PSA from Alexa Bliss, who will be getting a rematch against Nia Jax at the Backlash pay-per-view. So there you go. I thought the promo here by Alexa reminded me of those NBC The More You Know promos. So that was kind of funny. So there you go. Seth Rollins and Finn Balor versus Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel. Not really too much to say about this match. Seth Rollins and Finn Balor win. Rollins tags in Balor, who hits the coup de grace off the top rope. Then we get into our main event, which I did not see, but it was Nia Jax, Ember Moon, Bayley, Natalya, and Sasha Banks versus Ruby Riott, Sarah Logan, Liv Morgan, Mickie James, and Alexa Bliss. Towards the end of the match, Ronda Rousey makes her appearance on this episode. She comes down to the ring to help her friend Natalya, who was being attacked by Mickie James. James kicks Rousey from behind. Rousey rolls back into the ring. Mickie James attacks her, and Rousey gets to her feet, and she judo throws Mickie James, and Rousey puts James in the armbar. James taps out immediately. The referee rings the bell. We have a disqualification, so your winners are the Riot Squad, Mickie James and Alexa Bliss, and that is how we go off the air here on Monday Night Raw. So like I said, I thought it was an average episode. Nothing bad with that. Hopefully things pick up in the next couple of weeks. Usually this is the slow period for WWE. May, not one of the more exciting months, but watching Rousey come down to the ring, I love the way she walks. She just has that BMF walk. She doesn't give a damn, kind of like, I'm going to go in there, and I'm going to beat the shit out of you. And potentially maybe we'll see Ronda Rousey versus Mickie James. I think eventually we'll see Ronda Rousey versus Natalya. If they save that for SummerSlam, we'll see for Rousey's SummerSlam opponent. It'll be interesting to see who Ronda faces, but I wouldn't be surprised maybe her and Mickie at Money in the Bank, perhaps. I don't know if Ronda would be at Backlash. To me, that's just not enough time to hype a match in little under 2 weeks. Man, that nice takedown on Mickie James was awesome. Watching it here right now. Man, that's great stuff. Ronda is awesome. So my grade for this episode of Raw, I'm going to give it a C, guys. Like I said, there's some good stuff. I like the tag match, the Sami and Kevin show. That was fun. There's some other good stuff. Drew McIntyre, him and Dolph did well here. But yeah, for the most part, average show. And that about does it for my review. So thank you guys for watching live. Please click that like and subscribe button here on youtube.com/DanielGuys412 for all the latest content coming soon. Be sure to check out my Twitter at DanielGuys412, and be sure to check out my Facebook page at Facebook.com/DanielGuys1994. So until my next video, guys, I want to say thank you for watching this live Raw review. I'll be back up here with another video whenever that may be. And also be sure to check out my Backlash card predictions video that will be posted yesterday, so check it out. Leave your comments on that video as well. So until then, guys, thanks for watching and have a great rest of your day. Take care.